Welcome to NarrativeNook audio tales where enchanted stories come to life. If you enjoy our stories, please subscribe, like and share to support our channel. Enjoy listening.
Nicole glanced at Ella but didn't say anything. She turned to Lulu and asked, "Did you bring what I needed?" "Here it is," Lulu replied, handing her a box. Opening it, Nicole found a row of golden needles. She took them out and carefully placed them into specific points on Martin's body. After finishing, Nicole sighed with relief. He should wake up soon. Here. Lulu handed her a handkerchief. Nicole took it and wiped the sweat from her forehead. How could he just faint like that? Lulu asked, clearly worried. Ignoring the question, Nicole turned to Patricia. "Let me check on you too." She had asked Patricia to come over for an examination. If Martin's condition was serious, Nicole would take over Patricia's treatment. With Ella there, Patricia hesitated. She glanced at him and sat down. Nicole unwrapped Patricia's bandages, checked her over, and said, "Keep using the medicine I gave you. I'll prepare another round for you. You're fine now, go rest," Nicole told Patricia. Patricia nodded. "Ms. Riddle, I'll go back. Call me if you need anything." "You can go, don't worry," Nicole reassured her. After Patricia left, Nicole frowned at Ella. "Aren't you leaving?" "I'm not," Ella said, shaking his head. "I want to know what's happening." "It's nothing," Nicole assured him calmly. "But there must be something," Ella insisted, refusing to leave. Lulu looked at Nicole, puzzled. "Is everything really okay?" She was surprised about Martin's illness and confused about why Nicole needed those needles. Martin suddenly coughed and woke up. Everyone turned their attention to him. Cindy handed him a glass of water and helped him sip it. "You're finally awake." Cindy's eyes were red, like she was trying not to cry. Martin looked around, confused. "Why are you all here? What happened?" "You fainted," Lulu said, looking puzzled. "What exactly happened?" "Did I?" Martin frowned. He didn't remember fainting. He just remembered feeling dizzy and then nothing. Cindy, her voice shaky, said, "You were poisoned." "Poisoned?" Not just Martin, but Lulu and Ella too were shocked. "Yes, don't you remember the medicine you were testing?" Cindy asked, worried he might have forgotten because of the poisoning. Lulu blinked twice. "Wait, testing what medicine?" "It's Patricia's medicine." There was a risky but effective method, so Martin decided to research the formula to make it less toxic. That way, it could help Patricia without hurting her. "This is too risky. Isn't there another way?" Lulu said, disapproving. She thought Martin had tried the medicine and collapsed before Patricia could. She was worried about what might happen to Patricia if she took it. Shivering at the thought, Lulu said, "We should think of another way." She felt the risks were just too high. After removing all the golden needles from Martin, Nicole suggested, "Let's put this formula aside for now. We'll find a safer method." Martin hesitated but finally nodded in agreement. Lulu realized the seriousness of the situation, understanding why Nicole had sent Patricia away earlier. If Patricia knew about this, she would surely feel guilty, and it could worsen her mental stress, impacting her recovery. Cindy, supporting Martin, advised, "You're still weak. You should rest." "I'm fine, I just need a little rest. Besides, I can't leave now," Martin replied. Cindy looked toward the lab room, then reassured him, "Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on things." Their experiment was at a critical point, and they needed someone to closely monitor the results. This was why Cindy had found something wrong with Martin that morning. She dreaded to think what might have happened if she hadn't been there and Martin hadn't received timely treatment after fainting. Nicole said, "It's fine to stay here." She left the golden needles with Cindy, teaching her how to use them if Martin's condition worsened. Nicole then prepared antidote medicine for Martin and instructed him on how to take it. After everything was done, she told Martin, "You must stop that experiment. We'll find another way." "Okay," Martin nodded. Thank you. No need to thank me. Just take good care of yourself. Nicole replied, preparing to leave with Lulu and Ella. Ella then said, Nicole, you and Lulu go ahead. What about you? Nicole asked, slightly concerned. I want to ask about Patricia's condition, what to watch out for. I need to keep an eye on her, Ella explained. Realizing that Ella had come with Patricia, Nicole didn't think much of it and agreed, leaving with Lulu. Once Nicole and Lulu had left, Martin, feeling a bit better, asked Ella, what's up? He knew Ella had something in mind, as all necessary precautions for Patricia's care had been thoroughly discussed. It was unlikely Ella needed to revisit those details. Therefore, Martin figured there must be another reason for Ella's decision to stay. Ella, not holding back, asked, what's this dangerous formula you guys were talking about? He sensed the high risk involved, which was why Nicole had firmly urged Martin to stop. But Ella believed this formula might be their best shot at success. Martin sighed and explained, it's about using the principle of counteracting the toxicity of the drugs. After Martin's explanation, Ella, after a moment of silence, volunteered, maybe you can test it on me. Martin and Cindy were both taken aback. Yes, me. Ella confirmed, resolute. You need a test subject, and I'm willing to be one. So, why not? Are you out of your mind? Do you realize how dangerous this is? Martin exclaimed, followed by a severe coughing fit. Cindy brought him water to ease his cough, then cautioned, don't rush into this, Martin. It's your decision. Ultimately, the decision rested with Martin. If he wasn't comfortable, Ella's offer meant nothing. But Ella pressed on, I think I should have a say in this too. Martin was speechless at Ella's calmness. Ella understood the risks, but he was willing to take the same chance Martin did when he tested the medicine on himself. Ella reasoned, you guys are here. Nicole told you about the antidote and what to do in an emergency, so you won't let anything bad happen to me, right? He hesitated a bit. What do you mean? Martin asked, confused. If things get really bad, you'd call Nicole to save me, Ella said with a reluctant smile. But I hope it won't come to that. If Nicole has to step in, we'll have to give up on this. Martin realized Ella wanted to keep this from Nicole. If we tell Nicole, she'll disagree, Ella shrugged. But if we hide this from Nicole and she finds out, she'll be upset with us, Cindy said, worried about the responsibility. Ella explained, there are two outcomes. If it works, she won't blame you, just me. She won't stay mad forever. If it fails, she'll scold me, but not forever. I don't want to do this, but I want to help Patricia. He knew Nicole would be angry and hurt, but he saw no other way. This isn't about being angry. Do you understand the risk? Martin said, refusing. He couldn't explain it to Nicole or the Riddle family if something went wrong. Seeing Martin and Cindy's refusal, Ella suddenly grabbed a shiny fruit knife from the coffee table and slashed a deep cut across his arm. What are you doing? Martin and Cindy exclaimed in horror. Ella, holding his wound, calmly asked, will you help me now? Martin and Cindy exchanged a look and finally agreed. Fine. Let's start, Ella said, putting down the knife and sitting down for treatment. After bandaging the wound, Martin instructed Ella to come here after work every day. Thank you, Ella said, acknowledging Martin's consent before leaving. As Ella was about to leave, he paused at the door and turned back to Martin, emphasizing, not just Nicole, don't let Patricia know about this either. He was worried that if Patricia found out, she might give up on her treatment, which was not what he wanted. After Ella left, Martin let out a sigh. He really cares about Patricia. Ella's actions showed how much he loved her. Cindy glanced at Martin and said, it's always like this with unrequited love, right? Martin looked uncomfortable, avoiding Cindy's eyes, and quickly left to make some medicine. Cindy felt upset by his reaction. She knew Martin felt awkward around her. Her words were about both Martin and herself. She whispered to herself, seems we can't help but worry about the ones we love. even if they don't feel the same. Alone in his office, Martin felt a pang of loneliness. Meanwhile, Nicole and Lulu were heading to the Riddle Corporation. Listening to Nicole's story, Lulu said, "Poor Patricia, she's really going through a lot." Nicole, deep in thought, wondered, is there really no better way to help Patricia? She was determined, though. "I won't give up. There has to be a way." She was set on finding a solution for Patricia's recovery. Lulu, tilting her head, suggested, "Why not ask your mentor for help?" Nicole sighed. "I've tried reaching him, but he might be in seclusion again." She had already informed her mentor about Patricia's situation, but got no response. Lulu, feeling sorry, said, "Why is Patricia so unlucky? Who can help her?" It seemed they had to stick to the slower approach Nicole and Martin were taking, hoping for the best solution eventually. Arriving at Riddle Corporation, Nicole and Lulu got out of the car. Nicole noticed a car that had been following them. It stopped by the roadside. The driver and passengers didn't seem suspicious, so Nicole guessed Jared had sent them. This thought brought a small smile to her face. "What are you looking at?" Lulu asked, seeing Nicole pause. "It's nothing, let's go," Nicole replied, leading Lulu inside Riddle Corporation. After a busy day, it was time to leave the office. Lulu arrived at Nicole's office. "They should be here by now, let's go." "Okay," Nicole said, and they left together. Nolan and Lana spent the day with great-grandpa, and he was thrilled, Lulu shared happily. Nicole nodded. "Dad said Grandpa didn't want them to leave. He invited us all for dinner." "Yes, June and Samuel are on their way too," Lulu added. "We should hurry." Outside the company, Jared and Spencer were waiting for them. They got into their cars and headed to the Riddle family manor. When they arrived, Stanley and Tia had just gotten there too. "Nicole," Tia called out, waving to Nicole. The group entered the Riddle family manor one after the other. As expected, Samuel and June had already arrived, but Steve and Sean were yet to come. "Where are Sean and Steve?" Samuel inquired, noticing their absence. Nicole shook her head, and then Gloria explained, "Steve went to accompany Sally to the hospital, and Sean had an engagement, so neither of them could come." Everyone understood and didn't press further. They greeted Benjamin as they gathered around the couch. "Please take a seat," Benjamin said, looking quite well. Nolan and Lana sat in front of Benjamin. Benjamin looked happy and healthy. "We haven't arrived too late, have we?" Dexter and Emma entered with a smile. "No, not at all," Gloria responded warmly. As it got late and everyone had sat down, they noticed Ella hadn't arrived yet. "Where's Ella?" someone asked. "Who knows?" Emma said, slightly annoyed. "He just said he was busy and might come if he had time, and if not, he wouldn't. I don't even know what he's up to." Even Emma seemed unable to ascertain Ella's whereabouts. Gloria raised her eyebrows. Could it be that he's got a girlfriend now? Everyone was curious about Ella's secretive behavior. Emma shook her head. "I don't think so. I haven't seen any girls around him, and there's no hint of one either." She would have been less worried if Ella was just making new friends. "Then it must be something work-related, which you all aren't part of," Daniel suggested quietly. Dexter agreed. "Maybe. They weren't involved in the company's affairs and couldn't really help." "It's time to eat," Benjamin announced as everyone arrived. "Okay," the family replied together and headed to the dining room. "Is Bay Corp very busy lately?" Lulu whispered to Nicole, sitting next to her. Nicole thought for a moment, then shook her head. "I'm not sure, but it doesn't seem overly busy." Lulu, still puzzled, whispered, "It's weird. If he's so busy, how does he find time to follow Patricia every day? Maybe he's gone to see Patricia." Considering Ella's recent time spent with Patricia, Nicole nodded. "That could be it." "Lulu, what are you talking about?" Spencer asked curiously while serving her food. "It's nothing," Lulu replied, turning to Spencer, avoiding the topic of Ella. Nicole also turned her attention to Jared, who was serving her food, and gave a slight smile. "Let's eat." Jared said softly. Nicole nodded and quietly told Jared, "Things aren't going well with Martin. Patricia's situation might become difficult." Jared whispered back, "She can stop going on missions and take her time." Nicole realized this meant Patricia was now officially out of their organization. Nicole bit her lip thoughtfully, wondering what Patricia would decide next, now that her previous concerns were no longer an issue. In Martin's research lab, Ella was ready for the experiment. "Are you sure about this?" Martin asked him one last time. With a determined look, Ella nodded. "Let's start." He was beyond having second thoughts, hoping for a result that could help Patricia heal faster and reduce the scars on her face. "All right, let's begin," Martin agreed, seeing Ella's resolve, and got everything set up. Cindy was there too, ready to help. Martin applied the medicine to Ella's arm and waited to see his reaction. "It stings a bit, but I can handle it," Ella said, then reminded Martin, "You might need to change the amount though. This is my arm, and Patricia's treatment is for her face." Since the face was more sensitive, Patricia might feel more pain. Martin gave Ella a serious look. "You should be more worried about yourself right now. The risk of poisoning was a bigger concern than pain." Ella fell silent, realizing his suggestion had upset Martin. Meanwhile, Martin kept a close eye on Ella, watching for any changes in his condition. "Mom, really, there's no need to trouble everyone. I'll be home soon. Let's not talk about it anymore." Ella ended the call, feeling he couldn't hold on much longer if they kept talking. He wiped the sweat from his forehead, leaning back in his seat and gazing at Patricia's window. For him, these moments weren't about pain. They were filled with a bittersweet feeling. At the Riddle family manor, the atmosphere was warm and lively. The family was together, enjoying each other's company. After the call, Emma informed Benjamin, "Dad, Ella's still tied up with work. He really can't come tonight." Benjamin wasn't upset. In fact, he was quite pleased with Ella's commitment. It's good that he's dedicated to his career. Dylan suggested to Benjamin, "Dad, it's getting late. We should all head home, and you need to rest." Daniel and Dexter agreed. "Yes, Dad, we'll leave now and come back another day." Nolan and Lana, sweetly saying goodbye to Benjamin, added, "We're going now, great grandpa." Benjamin, smiling broadly, hugged them and replied, "Make sure to visit me again during the holidays." "Okay." Nolan and Lana nodded obediently. After bidding farewell to Benjamin, everyone slowly left the Riddle family manor. The living room quieted down as Dylan and Karen said to Benjamin, "Dad, everyone's gone home. You should rest too." "Okay," Benjamin agreed. He was quite tired, especially after playing with Nolan and Lana. After helping Benjamin upstairs, Dylan and Karen went to their room. Meanwhile, Nolan and Lana quickly fell asleep in the car on the way home. Nicole smiled, watching them. They had so much fun today they skipped their nap. They had fallen asleep right after leaving Benjamin's mansion. Jared looked at them, his eyes soft with a smile, relieved that the day's events hadn't upset the kids. He had been worried they might be traumatized, but they seemed fine and quickly moved on. Nicole, speaking softly, added, "Even though life on Crescent Island was peaceful, we weren't completely isolated from Lawrence's affairs, so." They might not have been directly involved in Lawrence's matters, but they were aware of his influence and understood some things. Nolan and Lana, young as they weren't completely unaware. They could accept and understand things more easily. Jared covered Nolan with his coat and picked up Lana, then told Max, "Turn off the air conditioning." "Yes," Max replied. Nicole watched the children sleeping peacefully, a small smile on her lips. When they got back to the Riddle residence, Jared and Nicole carried Nolan and Lana to their rooms before going to their own room. After a bath, they went to sleep. Jared held Nicole close, his breath mingling with the fragrance of her hair. He kissed her forehead, then held her a bit tighter. The next morning, they were awakened by the crisp sound of birds chirping. Nicole slowly opened her eyes to meet Jared's gaze. Jared gently played with her hair, whispering, "You're awake." Nicole, her eyes twinkling with a smile, softly replied, Her voice was lazy and tender, especially alluring just after waking up. Jared's gaze deepened. He leaned down and pecked Nicole's lips, then, feeling unsatisfied, kissed her again, more passionately. Their embrace was so intense it nearly made them lose their senses, raising the temperature of the bedroom, creating a romantic atmosphere. When Nicole and Jared finally got out of bed, it was already breakfast time. Downstairs, Nolan and Lana tilted their heads in confusion. Dad, Mommy, were you too tired yesterday? Why are you up so late today? Nicole, a bit embarrassed, quickly changed the subject. Are you two going to school today? Can we? Nolan and Lana asked excitedly. Staying home was a bit boring, and they preferred the fun of kindergarten with their friends. If you want to go, then let's go, Nicole said with a smile. Yeah, we want to, Nolan and Lana nodded vigorously. After breakfast, we'll take you to kindergarten, Nicole promised. Okay. Nolan and Lana replied cheerfully. After breakfast, with their school bags on, Nolan and Lana left with Nicole and Jared. After dropping them off at kindergarten, Jared drove Nicole to Riddle Corporation. As they arrived, Lulu also reached there, waving at Nicole. Nicole. Once Lulu caught up, Nicole and Lulu entered the company together. Mr. Johnston, Pisces said there's some movement from Scorpio's side, Max reported to Nicole as she entered the building. Jared's expression darkened slightly. Have Scorpio's men arrived? Yes, they've entered the country and are in a location arranged by Pisces, Max replied. Pisces' role made it easier to hide them, something Scorpio couldn't do alone. For now, let's not make any moves, Jared said gravely. Acting now could make Scorpio suspect Pisces, since he had arranged the location. Any trouble would put Pisces in the spotlight. Max understood Jared's plan. We'll keep an eye on them, but we won't engage. As long as they were under surveillance, they couldn't make major moves, so there was no need to rush. These people are here for a reason. Scorpio must have a plan. Find out what it is, Jared paused before adding, and watch Lawrence closely. Scorpio, despite his plans, was unlikely to act hastily. However, Lawrence needed to show cooperation with Scorpio. Yes, Max responded carefully. Both Scorpio and Lawrence were threats, potentially targeting Nicole or the two badges she held. They weren't likely to back down easily. Meanwhile, in Lawrence's office, Mr. Royce, Scorpio's people have arrived, Ian reported quietly. Lawrence looked up, his eyes darkening. They're quick. Ian hesitated before asking. Scorpio's last plan failed. What now? Lawrence's hand tightened, a cold light in his eyes. He was working with Scorpio but wouldn't allow harm to Nolan and Lana. He needed the fire crest and water crest and might pressure Nicole, but Nolan and Lana were off limits. They were young and could easily be hurt, scared, or even have their futures impacted. Mr. Royce, Ian called out, noticing Lawrence lost in thought. Snapping back to reality, Lawrence said, Scorpio will give me instructions. Ian, concerned, asked, So, Scorpio will force your hand? Lawrence scoffed. Even with new people, Scorpio's weakened after his last failure. He's testing my commitment. Ian, deep in thought, inquired, What's your plan? I'll follow his lead for now, Lawrence replied, knowing appearances mattered. But if he targets... Ian began. Lawrence cut him off. I'll comply only if Nolan and Lana aren't involved. He'd protect Nicole if it came to that, seeking both the crests and her safety. Ian, understanding Lawrence's position, assured him, I'll inform you immediately if Scorpio contacts me. Lawrence just hummed in response, picking up a document from his desk. Ian left to handle Lawrence's assigned tasks. That afternoon, under the bright sun, Nicole and Lulu strolled back to Riddle Corporation after their lunch. The restaurant was conveniently close, allowing them to walk and chat. Think the method you talked about will work? Lulu asked, her voice tinged with both hope and worry. Nicole shook her head thoughtfully. It's worth a shot. As they talked, Nicole called Martin. Martin picked up. "What's up?" Nicole started to share her latest idea for a solution. Martin hesitated before responding. "I've noted it down and will try it later. It's just an idea I thought of after checking some information. It might not be feasible, so don't feel too pressured," Nicole reminded Martin. "Okay," Martin replied. "All right, let's leave it at that for now," Nicole said, hanging up the phone and taking a deep breath. "I really hope it works." Lulu smiled and said, "I wish your mentor could come out of seclusion soon. It would ease your burden." Nicole had been using all her free time to ponder Patricia's treatment plan. If her mentor came out of seclusion, he might be able to help, and Nicole wouldn't have to work so hard. "I hope so too, but..." Nicole sighed. She couldn't be sure when her mentor would come out of seclusion. At this time, no one could contact him. Lulu, linking arms with Nicole, said, "I'm just worried about you. Don't put too much pressure on yourself." "I'm okay," Nicole smiled. "I can handle these things." Lulu shrugged. Nicole made it sound easy, but the challenges she faced weren't something everyone could handle with such composure and bravery. Back at the company, Nicole and Lulu returned to their offices and got busy. Nicole opened a document and frowned upon seeing its contents. "This is a Bay Corp document. Why was it sent to me?" Pressing the intercom button, Nicole said, "Come in." Her secretary quickly entered. "Ms. Riddle, what's this about?" Nicole asked, referring to the document. "It's an urgent document from Bay Corp. They said it's important and requires your personal attention," the secretary replied. "Got it," Nicole said, her eyes lingering on the document. It was indeed important, but it was something Ella could handle. She wondered, is there some issue at Bay Corp that Ella hasn't mentioned to me? Recalling Ella's absence at dinner the previous night, where he claimed to have social commitments, Nicole speculated if he might be facing some problems. After a moment, Nicole called Lulu over. "Lulu, can you check on Ella? See if he's run into any trouble." Nicole briefed her on the document and asked her to look into it. "All right, I'm on it," Lulu said, accepting the signed document and heading to Bay Corp. Nicole then dove back into her work. Time flew, and soon it was time to leave. She checked the clock, tidied her desk, and left. Lulu hadn't returned, which worried Nicole a bit. It seemed there might indeed be a problem. But without any word from Lulu, Nicole guessed it wasn't too serious. Deciding to pick up Nolan and Lana first, she thought of Jared. They had agreed to take turns accompanying the kids, especially after recent events. Even if Nolan and Lana appeared okay, they needed extra care. Seeing Jared already waiting, Nicole quickly made her way to the car. As the car headed toward the kindergarten, Jared noticed Nicole's preoccupied look. "Tired?" he asked gently. Shaking her head, Nicole replied, "Not really. It's just Ella. He might be in trouble. I've asked Lulu to check on him." Jared understood and didn't probe further. When they arrived at the kindergarten, came out beaming, rushing into Nicole's arms. "Mommy." The kids' homeroom teacher approached, reassuring her, "Mrs. Johnston, the children are safe here. The security Mr. Johnston arranged is all in place." Nicole smiled. "Thank you, I appreciate it." She knew the teacher must have been concerned about the recent incident, but was still trying to reassure them. Once Nicole and the kids were in the car, Lana tugged at Jared's sleeve. "Daddy, can we have hamburgers and ice cream?" Jared glanced at Nolan, who eagerly nodded in agreement. "Sure, let's go get some." "Yay!" Lana cheered, and Nolan laughed along. The family visited a burger restaurant, enjoying a simple meal together. But Nicole occasionally scanned their surroundings as she sensed something amiss. Jared, noticing her unease, whispered, "He's here." Nicole's frown deepened as she realized it wasn't just her imagination. She had caught glimpses of a figure, indeed Lawrence. Holding Nicole's hand, Jared reassured her, "Don't worry, he's unlikely to make a move." Nicole raised an eyebrow, seeking confirmation. Jared explained, Lawrence is alone. If he had planned anything, he wouldn't be here by himself. Jared had secretly arranged additional protection. If anything happened, Nicole and the kids would be safe.
If you have enjoyed this story, please like and share so others can see it too. Also hit the subscription button and notification bell so you can be notified on our next release. Thank you for your support. God bless you.